Today we will going to learn observer design pattern. So before starting with the observer design pattern, let's take a look on a problem statement. So what it says that we need to design a Instagram mechanism. Okay, Instagram mechanism. So whenever an user, suppose this is my Instagram account and it is, let's say it is followed by followers. Okay, so whenever I will post something so that they can get the notification. So so in this scenario we can always use the observer design pattern. So basically observer design pattern is observer design pattern falls under the category of behavioral design pattern. So the observer pattern maintains one-to-many relationships among the objects and ensuring that when the state of one object is changed, all of its dependent objects are simultaneously informed and updated. This design pattern also referred as dependence. Okay. So let's start with the problem statement. So in the observer design pattern, we have two things. One is the subject. So one is the subject and another we will have the observer. So this is subject and this is observer. Okay. So one subject can be uh, one subject can be observed by multiple observers. So there must be one-to-many relationships. Okay. So there might be, many observers over here. So, and there is one subject. So this is called observer design pattern. And this sometimes this subject is also called as observable. Okay. So let's design the Instagram mechanism. So in the Instagram thing, we have, for example, this is one Instagram page, okay, and we will have another called observers. So this is called follower interface. We'll create one interface, and this is Instagram interface. Okay. So, and this Instagram interface uh, will consist of a list basically. So it will consist of a list of followers in interface. So it will consist of list of followers. Okay, we can say follower list, and this interface will also consist of uh, a functionality called followed by. So we are creating an abstract method, means without body, and there will be another mechanism called unfollow, and there will be a notify mechanism, and there will be a post mechanism, or we can say event mechanism. Okay, and this followers interface will consist only an update mechanism. Okay, so what will happen, for example, this was the Instagram interface, and what I did, I inherited and I logged into the Instagram. So I will have on my class, so let's say this is my class called Ron. This is Ron's page, and here what we'll have, we'll have a list. Okay, list of followers, and we can say follower list. What else we'll have, we'll have a previous post count. So int post count, let's say previous count was 0, and we'll have a mechanism called followed by. So this method followed by will take a follower, okay, and what it will do, it will add the follower into this list. It will add the follower into the follower list. That's it. So when we call unfollow, so the unfollow will take a follower, correct, and it will unfollow or remove the follower from the list. So we can say that follower list dot remove the follower, correct. Now we have another method called notify. So what this notify will do, notify will simply iterate all the followers from the list. So what I said, for all the followers from the follower list, and simply call the followers update method. And here we will also store a string, a static string called name, and the name would be Ron. Okay, all right. Okay, now the post. Okay, so what does that post do? So public void post, so simply it will take a boolean, that is, it will take a boolean. So boolean name is post. So here we will define one boolean, post. By default it will be false. Okay, so whenever we will post something, we will make it true. What it will do, it will first add the post count, right? It will add the post count one. Let's say we are posting one post, and after that it will check if post count is greater than 0, do notify the users. Okay, it will call the notify button. That's it. Now this is the follower interface, and as we know that since this Instagram interface has a follower interface, as you can see over here or here, so it means that the Instagram has a follower interface. So here we have has a relationship, and the relationship would be one to many. Okay, so one to many, so there might be a many followers for a particular subject. So this is subject. Okay, all right. Now here we have is a relationship. Why? Instagram interface is a parent class of our own Ron, so it's a is a relationship, correct. Now coming to here. Okay, so the follower interface should have many followers. Okay, so for example we have a follower named Luffy. So we have a Luffy class, and what does it contains, let's see. Okay, so first of all, it will consist of this Instagram interface. Why? I'll tell you. So we have a Instagram interface object, so called I1, and it will implements this follower interface. So Loofy will implements followers interface, okay, or we can say follower interface. So we can say that public. So before that, let's create one constructor. So private Loofy. So this is a constructor name, and what it will do, it will take Instagram gram object, okay, say I1, and it will initialize this I1 object. So I'll tell you why. Also, uh, it will implement that update method. So public void update method. So what will happen here? Simply it will say, it will print something. So what it will print? It will print that a new post posted by, and it's posted by I1 dot name. Okay, that's it. And let's say there is another follower, and by the way, here we have a user relationship. Okay, and there is another follower called, let's name it as Zoro. Zoro is another follower. So Zoro will do the same thing. It will take Instagram this, and it will create one constructor called Zoro. That constructor will take Instagram object I1, and it will initialize here this dot I1 equals to I1, and then again it will override this method. It will implement the method called update, and what will happen, it will simply print a new post posted by I1.name. Correct. Now how it will work? So let's see the main method. Okay, in the main method how things will work. So let's say this is main method. Let's see. So we have Instagram interface, so we will create one interface object. So we can say Instagram object I is equals to new, and who have logged here? So it is logged in by Ron, so we'll create a Ron object. Okay, we'll create a Ron's object. Correct. Now again, who else will log in? Zoro will log in. So we can say that follower Zoro equals to new Zoro. Correct. And as you can see here, we have created a constructor which is taking an interface. So here we will pass this interface, this object of Ron, so that it will say that okay, he is followed by Ron. Correct. So we'll pass the Ron, and there will be another follower called Luffy. Luffy is another object. So new Luffy, and here we will pass the object of Instagram again. So when I will say that Ron dot post, and if I pass true, if Ron will post something, what will happen? Let's start from the basic how things are working. So whenever Ron posts something, the control will come here, and it will say okay, the post is true. So when the post is true, the post count will get increases. So here we can say that so rather than putting this condition, let's do one thing. Yes, say that if post equals to true, then call notify. Correct. So when someone will post, so what will happen? It will call the notify. So we'll go to notify. Notify will iterate all the list, okay, and it will call its update method. So all right, so before doing that we need to add also, right? We need to follow something. So what I can say that Zoro, I mean Ron, is followed by Zoro. Also Ron is followed by Luffy. Correct. So in the followers list these guys are already added, so we'll iterate them. So let's say first we are iterating Zoro. So when we are calling Zoro dot update, the Zoro's class will getting called. So here we'll come here, and this thing is already injected. This is called as constructor injection. Constructor injection. So here it will come and it will print a new post. So what will be output in the console? A new post is posted by I1 dot name. So I1 object is Ron dot name, that is Ron. So new post is posted by Ron. You can see that. That's it. So this was all about the observer design pattern, where we have a subject, or we can say observable, and it is observed by the many followers, okay, many persons. So this was the one example. Similarly, you can also implement the notify service of Amazon, Flipkart, and any other e-commerce, okay. So this can be implemented over there also. So yeah, we will, in the next video we will see the implementation of it. So this is low level design of the observer design pattern.